There's something that you need to know about success, and maybe you already know this, but I'm going to say it anyways because I spent years of my life believing this lie. And I know a lot of good people. I know a lot of believers who are still caught in this. Here's the lie. If you work hard enough, earn enough, achieve enough, people will respect you. God will be pleased with you, and you'll finally feel like you made it. But here's what nobody tells you. The world has a scoreboard, and it's everywhere. Your salary, your title, how many people know you by name, how impressive your life looks from the outside. And if you're being honest, you felt it. That pull, that voice in your head that says, if I could just get there, if I could just hit that number, get that position, earn that approval, then I would be good. Then I'd be good. Then I'd be enough. And Christians aren't immune to this, just so you know. We just rebranded. We call it stewardship or influence or building the kingdom. But underneath, we're asking the same question the world is. Am I winning? Here's the problem. The world's definition of success is a moving target. You hit one goal and the goalpost moves. You earn more and it's still not enough. You get the promotion and you realize there's another level above you. And after a while, you start to feel this weight, this exhaustion, because you're running a race that has no finish line. But it gets worse because even when you know intellectually, theologically, that worldly success is shallow, that it means nothing in God's eyes, part of you still wants it. Part of you still looks at what other people have and thinks, why not me? And that's when you realize you're not just tired, you're confused because you're trying to serve two masters and it's tearing you apart. So let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about this. Whose definition of success are you actually living by? Because here's what I've learned, and it cost me a lot to learn it. Godly success isn't about what you gain. It's about what you become. It's not measured by your bank account or your influence or how many people applaud you when you walk into a room. It's measured by one thing: obedience. Did you do what God told you to do? Did you love the people He put in front of you? Did you surrender when He asked you to? Did you trust Him when it didn't make sense? That's it. That's the scoreboard. And I know that sounds so simple, too simple maybe, but look at Jesus. By every worldly standard, Jesus was a failure. No money, no position, no political power. He died broke, abandoned by His closest friends, mocked by the very people He came to save. But by God's standard, perfect, complete, victorious. That's godly success. And here's where it gets hard, because choosing godly success will cost you. It'll cost you approval. People won't understand why you're turning down that opportunity. They're not chasing what you're chasing. They'll think you're wasting your potential. It'll cost you your comfort. Because obedience doesn't always lead to ease. Sometimes it leads to the wilderness. Sometimes it leads to the cross. It might even cost you things the world says you need. Security, status, the life you thought you were supposed to build. But here's what you gain. You gain peace that doesn't depend on your circumstances, purpose that can't be taken from you, and the approval of the only one whose opinion will still matter 1,000 years from now. You gain freedom from the exhausting performance, freedom from the comparison, freedom from the voice in your head that says you're never enough. Because when your worth isn't tied to what you achieve, you can finally rest. So here's my question for you. What are you building right now? What are you chasing? Because every minute you spend building a kingdom that's going to burn is a minute you're not investing in what lasts. And I'm not saying you can't have success. I'm not saying you can't make money or build a career or have influence. But I am saying this: if those things are how you're measuring your worth, if that's what you're living for, you will never be satisfied. You will always be empty, because worldly success doesn't fill the hole it promises to fill. Only God does that. So what does that actually look like? It means you stop asking, will this make me look successful? and start asking, is this what God told me to do? It means you stop comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20 and start being faithful in the chapter you're in. It means you might have less money, less status, less applause, but you'll have something better. Alignment with your purpose, peace in your soul, and the unshakable knowledge that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Godly success doesn't look impressive from the outside, but it's the only kind that lasts. If you've been chasing the world's definition of success and wondering why you're still empty, this is why. You were never meant to measure yourself by that standard. You were meant for something higher, something better, something actually that satisfies. So stop building kingdoms that won't last. Start building the one that will. What will you do with that?